Welcome to the podcast, From One Mother of an Addict to Another. This is a space of sharing heartfelt personal experiences, insightful thoughts, and powerful suggestions, which can hopefully assist and offer strength navigating your journey alongside a loved one facing addiction and mental illness.
Welcome to the episode, Why Can't I Stop Enabling? Wow, that's a good one. I did it for over 12 and a half years. I couldn't control myself. I wanted nothing to happen to my kid. I would do anything and everything that I thought I was doing to help my son get through this. There's no right or wrong in this, and that's why they put a lot of emphasis on enabling, and I get it. I get it because as parents, let's face it, we lie to our family. We lie to people that would ask us, are you still helping them? Are you still, giving them things? Are you still taking care of them? Do you still have a car for them? I mean, my son literally wrecked the car twice. I had two car leases that I was left with holding on to, and numerous other things. And I still got him another car. Oh my God, how is he going to get around? How's he going to make it? How could he even get it to a job if he doesn't have a car? Listen, that's not wrong. It's just hard to say, okay, here, you go. I'm not responsible for you anymore. And then they come back with, I have nowhere to go. I have nothing to eat. I'm on the street. I have no food. I feel crappy about myself. I don't know what to do. This is what it comes down to. And then the guilt comes in. And you feel like, okay, if you don't do it, then you're bad. And then basically, they get you, oh, it's just going to be the last time. I promise it won't happen again. Yeah. And I promise, I won't do this again. And I'm going to get a job and I'm going to pay you back. I promise I'm going to pay you back. I need to come home. Please, I need to, live at home just for a while until I could get my, feet on the ground and I could get myself settled and figure things out. Yep, I know that feeling. I know it. They call you from jail. Okay, what happens then? Listen, there's a reality. They call you from jail. I've seen this before. And this man wanted to go get his kid. And everyone was like, no, you can't. They got themselves into it. They're getting out of jail now. They have to figure out and go to the next step themselves. You can't figure this out for them anymore. It's so hard because you just want to go and help them and you don't want them to suffer. You don't want them to have to feel bad about themselves. It feels horrible. Who wants their kid to feel bad about themselves? I get it. I was there. My other son kept saying to me, are you giving him money anymore? Are you still helping him get by? Don't do it. I was lying. I did. I was helping him. I was helping him because I didn't feel like he could help himself, which was true. And I kept feeling like, oh, this will get him better because he won't feel as bad about himself. And then maybe he'll get more help. No, that didn't work out either. It was kind of like, letting your kid think that they can walk all over you, which they do. And I think what it comes down to, I didn't want to lose my son. I didn't want to, maybe I knew that the day I cut him off is the day he wouldn't talk to me anymore or be there. When in fact, I lost him a long, long time ago. The kid I knew isn't here anymore. This is a new person that got taken away on drugs and alcohol, and it affected his brain and its mental illness and the psychosis. And these are all things that happened to him. I didn't make those choices. He made those choices. I tried to save him over and over again. There we go, enabling. And I just kept doing it. And I'll never forget, I took him to the doctor. He had a shoulder that was dislocated, literally popped out. Ends up, it was really bad. He had to get surgery. The insurance wasn't even covering most of it. I had to pay out of pocket for this. I took him to the hospital. It was like 6 a.m. in the morning. And he looks at me, he goes, you're the last person I want you to be here with before I go under. And you're the last person I want to be with when I come out. I was in such shock. He was so mean, so horrible. And it's like, I kept saying, like, what did I do that was so bad? What am I doing? I'm giving you the chance to get a surgery on your arm that's been killing you on and off. You want no painkillers. He had like this tolerance for pain like no one I've ever seen. And he was mean. And I still enabled him. I still took care of him. I still wanted to get him better. I still wanted to look out for him because I'm his mother. You could be his father. You could be his grandma. You could be his brother or sister. I've seen it over and over again. Because what happens is that one family member had enough. And then the next family member takes over because they contact them. And then that family member has enough. And then they take over the next one. And the next one. And the next one. Until they've ran out of resources and they have no one left to feed off of. Only time that you're really going to get over enabling, I hate to say it this way, is when you have had a limit. The limit, that's it. They hit below the belt. They did something to you that was just so horrible that you've had enough. Either they stole from you, either they hit you, either they got in your face and said horrible, mean things, either they've made up, lied about you to others. I'll raise my hand at that one because my son had done that. And then the second time he got out of rehab, he apologized because he knew he had done that and he did feel really bad about it. And then he went on to do it again. And then he made up horrible things about me, accusatory things. And that is when I said, I'm done. So I don't know when that is. I know that they're constantly lying, manipulating over and over again, and they know how to get to us. They know how to get more money. They know how to ask and make us feel bad because they know we love them so much. They know that. It's like our guilt that we want them to be better as if we made them choose this life that they chose. It's not true. We didn't. So when you get to that place where you're like, I've had enough. I'm not doing it anymore. And basically that's what happened to me. And I got strong enough 12 and a half years into it. And one day I got the most horrendous call, accusatory. Wow. I said to myself, I'm done. I'm done. I'm over now. I really could do that. And it took a lot. Not at that point when he went, and he almost did me a favor. I could really say he did do me a favor because he got me to that place where I was saying enough. If he calls me tomorrow, I would say, here's the number to the rehab. Go get yourself some help. And when you're clean, I'd love to talk to you. Until then, I'm not interested. I wouldn't be able to do that before. No way. I wouldn't do it. I just probably would not be able to do it. Sure, I'll do this, I'll do that. Yes, I know you're trying. Nope. Now, it's done. So, it has to be that it gets to that point where you've had enough. Everybody has their own threshold. I don't know what that's going to be for you. I just know that it's not your fault. And it's not your fault if you lie. And it's not that your fault if that you keep enabling and telling your family that you're not. It's hard. It's hard to say no. It's hard to turn away from your kid that you love so much, to see such disaster in such a bad place. And you look around and you see other people's kids turned out a little differently than yours. What did you do differently? It's not you. And enabling isn't going to make it better for them or you. But it's hard to say that when you're in it and to see it. So it's okay. Every day, try to get a little better. Try to see that it's just hurting you more and it's hurting them. And it's so unfair because it's like, yeah, it's hurting them, get better. Well, you know what? If they wanted to get better, they could get better. Okay? Just because we give a little money, just because we help them out, it is bad. And it is getting them further and further away from getting better because we're helping them. But unfortunately, some people, like myself, couldn't say no. I couldn't let my kid on the street. I already saw he had mental illness. I already saw that he was not taking care of himself, and the way he was behaving. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't let him out there in the world. I was worried that something would happen to him. And now I'm still worried that something's going to happen to him, but different. Because I know that no matter what I've done it to support him and help him. And when you get to that place where you know that you've had enough and you're strong enough to say, you're going on with your life. And if that person comes into your life, they have to be healthy. Because if they're not, then all they're doing is bringing chaos into your life. You've already been there, done that. You don't want that. And that's when I realized, like, when I said enough is enough, that I really know that, no, I'm not letting them into my life again. And he could call no matter how many times. It would never help because I will not give in anymore. I would love to speak to him. I miss him. And I'm sure you miss your child. And I'm sure you will miss your child. But there's nothing we can do. And giving them money and then allowing them to make us feel bad. We should feel bad. That's ridiculous. I don't feel bad anymore. I really don't even feel bad for a second. And some days I don't even think about him. Whereas before, I was in survival mode. So how do you get out? How do you stop enabling? It's easy for all these people to say, don't do it. You shouldn't do that. Listen, when you're ready, you'll know you're ready. And if you think about it every day and you can't stop yourself from giving money even when you know you shouldn't, it's because you don't want to lose them. I know that feeling. I didn't want to lose my son. I know. But I lost him anyway. But I lost him years ago. And I didn't want to see that because I knew he was drifting away. I knew that I couldn't solve this. And the only way that I held on was in survival mode, to do things for him, to hopefully keep him safe, which didn't happen anyway. So you're not doing anything wrong. The only thing I could say is be conscious of your enabling. Keep a journal. Write it down every time you do something for him. And then how he treats you. And does he call you? And does he see you or want to see you when you're not giving him something? When he's not offering you anything? When you're not offering to help him with something? And then maybe if you keep track, you'll see that you lost him already. And that kid only is using you. But it's hard to get to that place. So be strong. Keep trying to support yourself. Keep listening to people around you, but you're not wrong. You're not doing anything wrong. Enabling is something you can't control. And when you can control it, that's fine. You will work and try to control it. But don't get on yourself for being enabling and not being able to get out of enabling. That comes in and out of your life. That will constantly do it. It took me 12 and a half years. So don't be down on yourself. Just keep trying hard and pray that you could be strong enough to say no.
Thanks for tuning in. I trust this episode brought you insight and strength, offering valuable coping strategies. Stay connected with weekly content, plus follow if you enjoyed, and be sure to journal for your own self-care.